Hey, all you seekers, this is Michael Dykes. I just wanted to, I've been going over the Passover and everything that's going on currently as the year has now basically just started for us. And the depths of what Yeshua has actually shown us throughout what he did with the children of Israel when he was taken across the Red Sea. And in that was whenever I realized that, whenever he takes them intentionally to the corner of the Red Sea, that he wanted them to be able to confess some things out of their own heart that he knew was in their heart and that they needed to see. He already knew that they were there. So he intentionally puts them in that place so that they could understand the beliefs that they had and that were passed down from their forefathers. They had actually spent 400 years believing, and that he needed that to be one of the things that they actually noticed right off the bat. So a lot of times I'm beginning to notice in my own heart that what Yahweh does when he brings me to that place is to show me something that's a belief in me that I need to understand so that he can now work and take me to the next level and take me to the place of becoming one with him. And in this time of the Passover, which we're celebrating and looking into, and how important all these things are, they are the pendulum in which everything is hung on. And for us to understand those things and understand the things and why those things, why there are concepts and understandings that have been attacked and that we in our traditions have learned, and we don't know why we do what we do. And really understanding those things, because when we first hear them, it's like, what? No, we get, it really, it's taken me a lot of research and a lot of time of looking through all of those concepts and understanding little things as he's starting to weed out the tariffs that have been planted in everything we know there. And from what I have, and as you can tell, I'm a simple common man, just seeking the truth, just like all of y'all are. I can only seek the truth. I have to seek the truth on my own, just like you have to seek the truth on your own. So this is just the things that I've learned and thus far, and hopefully they help you out as well. And I need, as we look into these depths of understanding, we begin to understand that we really do need each other to keep looking at them at all angles, because you have a scroll. There are things that you have went through in life. They're there for a reason, and Yahweh's bringing all these things to light. And when we begin to understand these things in this time, it is very important, I believe, to be able to battle against the spiritual things that we need to know about. And one of those things is what has taken place through the Constantine and through the Catholicism, the harlot church, being able to bring things in and allowing, because there are lies that are compiled on top of truth. The truth is still there. It's still the truth. It is the power that's behind them, but there's lies that go on top of them to cover up the truth so that we miss it. And there's also evil that is mocks Yahweh in his face, using his children to do so, which he enjoys doing so much. And this is one of those things. And there's also lies that have truth in them. And so, and us being able to look through all of those things and search all those things out and trust only the Spirit of Yahweh, the Ruach HaKodesh, to actually confirm with us, because he said, I will put a spirit in you that you will know the right and to turn to the left. He directs us, not what man says, but what Yahweh. So pray and understand these truths and let him guide you and confirm into your heart whether or not these things which I'm saying are actually true. And one of those is going around Easter. Around the Passover. Well, what is Easter, and what is that name? Because remember, everything is in the name. Everything is in the power of the name, and these names always mean something. They're not just what we say. They have meaning and they have power, and they speak things over our lives. And so what does Easter mean? And what is this, all this that has to do about, these Easter eggs and the Easter egg bunny, and we're like, oh, it's just cute. Oh, it doesn't mean anything. It's just, we just put our children out there with, in their Sunday best and go, just, oh, praise, that's awesome. They're picking up all those eggs. And what does that mean? Easter is the worship of a star. And a star, which again in Catholicism, it's bringing all the religions together. That's why they are the harlot church, because which talks about in Revelation that they will be cast out because they have brought all these other religions and molded them together. And we're trying to understand, why is it that our brother Judah has not been able to hear the other side? Because there's a partial blindness, and again it's a partial blindness on the house of Judah, our brother, to understand who Yeshua is. But it's only partial. They actually hold on to so much treasure and so much that they have carried on their back through 13 Holocausts to be able to carry the word of Yahweh and hold the sacred words and understanding and the depth that is in that we haven't understood as Ephraim. We are basically Ephraim. There's a prophecy where God tells a prophet to actually take a stick and cut it and put Ephraim on one of them and Judah on the other and bind the two sticks back together. That prophecy is being fulfilled now by us learning from Judah, from our bigger brother who has actually walked through and carried through all of this time the secrets that we just have not understood. And that's why they know some things that we've got to grab onto. And one of those is, again, Easter. It's the worship of a star, which is, and what was the worship of a star? The goddess of lust, where she actually holds a bowl over the top of her head, and they would have sacrifices where they would sacrifice children and pour their blood into the bowl over the top of her head. And then they would dip the eggs inside that blood and put them out as a celebration of new life, of new birth. And when we are speaking that at the same time as evil actually being able to make sure that his children speak that, at the same time we are talking about the most significant thing that has happened of all mankind, where Yeshua comes and dies on the cross for us to buy us back from evil and to bring us back into relationship and oneness with Yahweh. At the same time, a harlot, whoring, man-made God that commits murder of little children is spoken at the same exact time. These are things that we have not known about. We haven't understood where they come from. And Yeshua, whenever in this week, is whenever he went through the temple and he made a switch and he cleaned the temple out and he threw over the money changers. It is this time also that Yeshua is wanting us to take the foreskin off of our heart and rip our hearts open and make them vulnerable and begin to cry out, what do I know and what do I don't know? What am I following after that I don't know? Where's the misconnection? Where's this power that you spoke of that we're supposed to have? Why do I believe the things I believe? And what is amiss that's in those? Because there is truth. There's absolute truth with lies compiled on top of it. So we can't see the absolute glory of Yahweh. And these are one of those truths that have been tainted, that we actually have to, it angers me, because it is one of those things. It's not even slightly like, it's evil using us to mock Yahweh, to mock against what is holy and what has been the most sacred thing of all, mentioning a horrible name to go along with him. And we have to walk away from that. We have to step away out of that. He wants our hearts clean. He's preparing his temple. That's what Yeshua did. He cleaned out the temple. We are the temple. He wants us to clean our heart, to take the foreskin off. And when I began to understand that, I know a lot of times throughout my life, have grace on me, I almost resented that God can see everything, but does he see everything, also everything? And I'm thinking I'm able to cover myself and protect myself with the foreskin over my heart, which is foolish. He knows everything about me. He knows every reason and everything that my forefathers have ever said and have committed over my life, ties that I haven't understood, and things that I may struggle with and not even know why I'm connecting with them. And these are the things that Yahweh wants to bring to the surface when he puts us in those places to actually make us cry those things out. And he says, now you've mentioned the truth. Now I can have something to work with. Now I can show you what is not true that you actually believe, and clean those things out, clean our temple out, and prepare ourselves, because he is taking the throne. He is coming to take the throne, and he is cleaning out all that that has been lies. He's purifying all of it out, and he's flushing it all out. So we just got to keep walking forward. And it is amazing as those lies are pushed out and we hold on to the truths, then we understand way more of what he is actually talking about, where the mistakes are, where the misses are, and he purifies those things out to make us have complete joy and rest in our hearts when we understand these truths and not identify with what the evil has been actually doing to make mockery of Yahweh. So anyway, love you guys. I know it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. Things I've actually, thought about and went over and studied and researched and prayed about and asked why and kept asking why and trying to understand them. These are the truths, the foundations, and cleaning away the trash away is so wonderful. So I bless you. I love you. Have a great time on your journey as well. I'd love to hear the things that you guys are actually learning at the same time. So have a great day. Enjoy the Passover and worship him.